At this one garage sale, I found a lot of men's Levi jeans, and they resell pretty well if they're in good condition. All of these were in very good condition. They had size 22s, they had some 24s, and they had some 26s, but I needed 28s. And I asked the guy, do you have any 28s? He said, I'm still wearing the 28s. Come back next year. So there's that. Speaking of garage sales, I made a video recently that I'd like you to see. What do we do with stuff that just won't sell, just isn't right for eBay? Maybe it's some heavy item that's only worth $10 and the buyer's not going to pay $40 to have it shipped, you know, if it's some cast iron thing that really has very low value. So we do end up with things that are not worth selling on eBay. Now, I still sell some low value items on eBay, and I'm talking sometimes, I mean, if it's not selling, I might drop it to $5. That's not typical, but sometimes I have to do that. But sometimes it's either take it out of inventory and throw it away or donate it or sell it at a garage sale, or it's from one of my consignment clients who give me great stuff, and I certainly will sell some of their low items as well. Just why not? You know, do them a favor, toss them a bone. They get a couple of bucks, I get a couple of bucks, that's it. You know, it's not worth my time to do it, but if they're giving me $100, $200 items to sell, well, I'll sell a few of their low ball items, but a lot of times, even with a consignment client, I will give them back items that just aren't worth selling, a lot of times. But I'll keep a few that I like, that are interesting, that would be fun to list, even if it's not going to bring a lot of money, because I want them to know that I'm willing to help you. I'm willing to sell your high-end items as well as your $20 items as well. And if they drop down to 15 or even 10, or maybe I'll have to go lower, okay. I won't do all of those, but I'll do a few of them. You can do the same thing if you've got consignment items. But back to garage sales. What do we do if we have things that just won't sell on eBay for whatever reason? Again, it might be too large to ship. We can always sell those or offer those on local Facebook Marketplace. But if it's only a $5, $8 item, is it worth it to you to sell it on Facebook Marketplace and drive somewhere to meet the buyer? I don't know. I don't like buyers to come to my home, so I meet them at the local convenience store, right? Like 3 blocks from my house. So that's easy. But for $3, $5, $6 item, I probably wouldn't do that. But after a while, you might want to, instead of going to garage sales, you might want to have your own garage sale and just get rid of all the stuff that just doesn't work in your eBay inventory. Nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Have a garage sale, but make sure you have a garage sale that buyers can find. And I have some tips for you in just a minute. When I was out at garage sales recently, I got really frustrated. Kind of keep this stuff in mind. I think you're going to learn about things that most garage sale owners, I don't know why, but they don't think about this stuff. They don't think about what is the number one rule of having a garage sale. That is, make your garage easy to find by the world. Now, in Tulsa, it's summer. We have a lot of garage sales. They usually start Thursdays. They often start Fridays. They sometimes start Saturdays, but Thursday, especially Friday and Saturdays, huge garage sale days. A lot of garage sales all around. And I tell you, I spend half my time trying to find them, in spite of their signs or whatever. There are apps. You can go to garage sale groups and you can get addresses and all of that. But you're still going to see a lot of signs because a lot of people have garage sales. They don't know about those apps. They don't know about the Facebook group. They don't know about any of that. I would say the majority of garage sale signs that I see as I'm driving around are not listed anywhere else. They're just relying on their signs, low tech. That's the way most people have garage sales, at least around here. I don't want you to make the mistake that almost every, I'm not exaggerating, the vast majority of people make when it comes to garage sales. Just file this away for future reference, especially what I tell you, the little tip near the end of this very short video. This is the way to make the most money possible from your garage sales. It has nothing to do with pricing. What it has to do is using the proper bait to catch the fish, the buying public. What is it with these yard sales and garage sales and their signs? The signs are horrible. They're put where you can't see them, on corners that it'll be the opposite corner where you're turning in. It's like people leaving the neighborhood can kind of see the sign because it's still like 9 feet away from their corner, but the people turning into a neighborhood, they always put the signs on the other corner, not the corner where you can see these. And even if your vision is great, they use pencil, it looks like, or ballpoint pen. They don't use those giant magic markers that are like 1 inch thick. They don't want you to know where they are. I just drove around forever trying to find one in this neighborhood. The sign was way over there where you're leaving the neighborhood, you know, and I saw it coming in and I turned, and the problem is I couldn't find it, so I went out in order to look at the sign better, and they had only written the address on the other side of the sign, on one side of the sign. So as I'm leaving the neighborhood, I see the sign over there on my side of the street as I'm leaving the neighborhood, which does, you know, no good, but they only wrote the address on the other side of the sign in ballpoint pen or something. I couldn't really read it coming in. And so you always think, well, okay, so they're not good at making signs, but maybe they make a lot of signs. So they're going to have arrows everywhere there's a turn. They're going to show me where the turn is, and they're going to say, don't turn here. I don't know. I'm putting myself in their shoes. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't put myself in the shoes that would take every single person in that neighborhood straight to my garage sale. I don't even know why I would have a garage sale if I were not doing that. These signs are horrible, horrible, horrible. I don't understand it. These people don't want to make a sale. If you have a garage sale and you sell all the stuff that wouldn't sell on eBay or Amazon or Facebook or anywhere for very much money, and you're trying to unload everything, the #1 sales tip I can give you is put large addresses in thick black letters on the signs on the corner, and think about, do I want people to be able to read this who are leaving my neighborhood, or would I rather people entering my neighborhood see this better? And I'll put it on their side of the street and then guide them straight to your house. If they've got to make a couple of turns, you have an arrow sign at each one of those and welcome them with signs to your sale, and then take all their money.